Hello my friends, I'm Rich Larson and I'm the IRC Tire Guy. Today we're excited to show you guys the all-new VX30 front and rear tires, new from IRC. The VX30 has actually been in development since 2019. Because this is an all-new motocross and off-road tire from IRC, it's been painstakingly redesigned and redeveloped over and over, of course, to try and make the tire as perfect as possible. With help from one of the top Sprint Enduro and GNCC pros, as well as myself and others, we've put a lot of man-hours into this tire. Personally, I was very proud to be a part of the R&D process. During the development, we saw changes in the block pattern, rubber compounds, and casing structures. In fact, I personally tested 4 to 5 different versions of this tire. Also, it should be said, if you're curious about how we test and develop new tires, you can click right here and check out an in-depth video on that process. These are all blind tests. We have to feel and figure out what each tire is with no additional information. It's a stressful but very fun process. So let's get right into it and break down what this tire is and of course what riding we recommend using it for, in case you guys decide you want to test it yourselves. The VX30 is designed for soft to intermediate terrain, developed with the intention of replacing the IX07S and IX09W Motocross, which we have done video breakdowns on in the past, both that we will link in the description. Those tires are the older motocross compounds. The 07 made for sand and soft terrain, and the 09 made for intermediate terrain. The development goal for the VX30 was to create a tire that's sort of an in-between of those two older mentioned specs, but of course that outperforms both the 07 and 09 in any terrain. This was certainly a challenge, but with new technology in rubber compounds and new understanding of internal structure, an absolute possibility. Now, as you can see, the block pattern is aggressive, with a knob height slightly taller than the IX09W to assist in those loamy conditions, but an optimized taper angle to increase that contact patch for more intermediate terrain. With this knob pattern and the addition of a newly developed moto compound, we have an extremely well-rounded tire. This tire excels in the East Coast Woods, GNCC, and Sprint Enduro style riding because it was developed with that style of riding in mind. On the West Coast, it's amazing how well this tire performs on the loamy motocross track. In my personal testing, I've pushed to the highest of my abilities, and I can tell you there's much more in the tank from the VX30. The internal structure is that of a 2-ply plus a breaker carcass. During testing, we really adjusted and played with the internal cord size and spacing. This is the part of the testing that really affects how much the tire is flexing. The front tire is just hard enough to track with no sign of knifing, pushing, or rolling over. The rear tire is soft enough to assist in the bump absorption and stability during acceleration and braking, but hard enough to break loose when needed, like when squaring up a corner. The truth is, our focus is on trying to make the best product possible, with not only performance, but longevity in mind. We've tested this tire in the short term and the long term. I personally have been running this tire not only in the motocross situations, but in my hard enduro training. The tire is definitely confidence inspiring. Truthfully, the VX30 front and rear make me want to ride a little bit more motocross. The tire is available in 80/100 and 90/90 21-inch front, 110/100 and 120/90 18-inch rear, as well as 110/90 and 120/80 19-inch rear. If you think the VX30 will suit your style of riding, test it out and let us know what you think. I hope it works as good for you as it does for me. If you're enjoying the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at IRC Moto and my personal Instagram page at RichLarson511. And until next time, keep shredding.